Hey everybody, it's Matt Dempsey here, and I'm with my good friend.
I'm Raymond Braun. Hi everyone.
And so Raymond worked for YouTube for about 4 years, and now he's off doing his own thing and creating his own YouTube channel. And so I thought it would just be a great opportunity for us to talk a little bit about social media.
Yes, love this topic. When I came out, I come from a fairly conservative family, and I remember that my parents were a little bit worried about other people in the family and how they would respond to that information. And I think it came from a source of wanting to protect me. But what happened is that I felt that, I'm proud of who I am and I didn't want to feel like I had to hide something. So I would post on my Facebook about LGBT topics. And I remember I was doing that before I had come out to everyone else in my extended family. And I got a Facebook message from one of my aunts. And in that message, she actually said to me, I just want to let you know that I love you so much and I'm really proud of you.
So it was something when you're putting yourself out there authentically and you're able to see that's resonating with somebody else, obviously an aunt, a family member, so that's more meaningful, that it was something that was really impactful for you because you were actually just putting something very real out there. A lot of times it seems that other people's intentions might be to just look at me, pay attention to me. What, maybe even in your experience working with YouTube, what have been some of the things that you've seen that people tend to kind of come more from that place?
I was talking to a friend's younger sister and I asked her, what's your New Year's resolution for this year? And she said, I want to get on average 100 likes on all my Instagram photos. And I said, wow, why is that the most important thing to you? And she said, because I know that if I get those likes, that it means that people care. And so I have a question for you, though.
Okay.
I'm going to tap into Matt's expertise here.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get it.
As a gay psychotherapist.
Yes, that's me.
So what advice would you give to someone like me, a gay man who friends with a lot of gay men on Facebook? I'm scrolling through my Instagram feed and constantly seeing all these shirtless, naked gym selfies of perfect bodies and stuff. And it's easy to kind of look through that and to just feel like shit about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is actually a quote that I heard, which is, don't compare your behind the scenes to other people's highlight reel.
You're comparing apples to oranges that have been Facetuned, that have been filtered, that have been edited, highlighted, curated.
Hey, 3 filters minimum.
Yes, exactly. That brings up an interesting point too, which is not only how you curate your own self on social media, but how you also curate your feeds and who you let into social.
I actually really intentionally don't, and even though it can be really appealing, I do not follow people like guys and models and, with all the abs and everything.
But you follow me, so.
I know, so it's kind of the same thing, but so you're the exception. But really, I make it a point not to follow those, and not for any other reason and not because of anything judgmental, but because if I'm constantly seeing that in my newsfeed, what am I constantly, consistently reinforcing to myself? That this is what matters, that this is what, makes people valuable, and I'm reinforcing that to myself, and I don't want to do that.
I take it, it's like a dessert or a snack.
Yes.
But I have a question about that in terms of people being open and vulnerable about things that are negative in their life. Do you think that that is a way that people can find support to work through these things, or do you have other strategies that you'd recommend instead?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a black and white situation. It's not super clear cut, but you do want to be mindful of intention. There's a huge difference between vulnerability and emotional exhibitionism. Oh, that's it's when you're really kind of throwing things out there to flaunt it for the sake of that, just because you want some kind of attention. That's a very different thing than actually seeking out support and really kind of opening up your heart to somebody and letting them know what you might be struggling with.
Okay, so let's talk about sex and dating.
Okay.
As they pertain to social media.
Sure.
So one thing that I have seen a lot in kind of my group of friends is if someone's in a relationship, they're all up on their boyfriend's social media.
Yeah, so I would say don't do that. So if you find yourself...
Okay, but that's tempting.
Of course it's tempting, and by all means go ahead and do it, but what I'm telling you is if you're going to do it, what you're constantly reinforcing to yourself is, this is what I need to do in order to stay safe in my relationship, to make sure that I still feel loved. So you can do it, but then you're just going to continue to promote that insecurity within yourself.
So I'm assuming you're against getting your partner's password for Facebook.
Yes! Okay. Get off of people's social media. Don't go on people's emails. Don't read people's text messages.
I've never done that. No, I haven't actually, but I know a friend who has.
A friend.
What do you think are some of the specific considerations for LGBT people or gay men in social media?
I think that it's really, really tempting and easy for us to go, the way of shirtless selfies. Really anything that isn't necessarily so indicative of what our worth actually is. So it's how we look, or the kinds of fancy people we hang out with, or the clothes that we're wearing, or any of that kind of stuff. That stuff's okay, it's normal. But when we're using that as a main driving point behind what we're presenting about ourselves, that becomes almost like the theme of what we're showcasing. We might want to take stock of that, because that's not anything that's really, you know, capturing the essence of who we are.
And we do appreciate a shirtless selfie. We're just saying that shouldn't be every photo. Maybe.
That's right. We appreciate a pint of ice cream, but we don't need to eat it every night, you know? So if there's one thing that I'd love for you to take away, it's just be mindful that social media is a tool like any others. So just, I mean, be aware of the intentions behind how you're using it and how you're putting yourself out there, but otherwise just have fun with it. So I just want to thank Raymond for being here with me today and having a fun conversation.
Thank you so much. I had such a fun time.
It's always fun with you. So be sure to check out Raymond's YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link down below.
And we made a video for my channel all about friendships between gay guys. So it's fun and we got a little juicy. So check it out.
And we know something about gay friendships, right?
We do.
Hey. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Maybe one more time. 'Cause I'm the
You start laughing every time.